Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Colin. Week's a little bit different, doesn't it? You guys are probably like, oh no, what's happening? This is more change. We can't do any more change. You know, the person was Rob, and then it was Dylan, and then it was Lou, and then now we're in a totally different location. I gotta stop with you guys. I'm sorry. But it's okay. Everybody take a deep breath. Thank you. That was good, right? That felt good. Can you see my forehead twitching?
No.
It's been doing it for the last week. I think I'm dying. What are we making tonight? Why are we here? Why are we in... I'll tell you where we are. Very hot oven. This is my home. Welcome to my home. Welcome. I let you guys in. I think things have been going so well on the channel that I thought, why not let the internet into my home? What could go wrong? I'm in here tonight with you guys because I need this oven. It's very practical. You know, I'd like to turn it into something poetic, but I needed this oven. Tonight we're gonna bake sourdough. I've been getting into bread. And I know that that's confusing for you guys because I've talked about how I don't like to eat gluten. Okay, yeah. Am I a liar? Yes. A whore? For sure. But I'm getting into baking sourdough because it's fermented, it's better for your gut, and it doesn't bother you as much. And you know what, Lou? I'm eating it all the time now, and I feel fine.
Gut feels great.
My gut feels fine. Is it a miracle drug? Maybe. I don't know. But I've been baking it. Actually, that's not true. I've been eating it.
There you go.
I've been eating it.
Okay.
I've been wanting to bake it. So you know what I figured? Hey, let's do an episode where we bake some sourdough. We show people how to make sourdough. It's late on a Sunday and we're filming. I've been working all day at a restaurant because still got to pay the bills, you know? Because this certainly isn't doing it.
Not yet.
We're not yet. But you know what? If you guys would start telling your friends and help a guy out. But so I stayed up late. I'm working on, I'm putting all this out. I'm prepping, and preparing, which is prepping.
Prepping. Nice.
You guys can write that down. I'd like to warn you now that if you hope to learn anything of value from this episode, you've come to the wrong place. This is a fun boy good time. I refuse to provide any real value other than fun boy good times, other than an entertainment source for you, other than something for you guys to escape the dreary bleakness of what is our lives at this current moment in time. Maybe we'll shoot this like a music video. Nobody's done that yet. We're gonna bake sourdough, but we're gonna make it look fucking cool as shit. Cool as fuck.
Nice.
You know, Nelly. Hot and so hot in her. It is because the oven's been at 550 for the last hour. And Lou and I, our eyes are burning. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do, it's gonna be a little out of order. I prepped my dough last night so that way we could get right into the baking process. But then I'm gonna show you guys how to actually start from scratch with the starter. And I'm gonna go through all that step by step. But in the meantime, while this oven is hot as hell and burning the side of my face, we're gonna get our dough prepped and into the oven. And I'm gonna explain to you what exactly we need to do. So first, when I get my dough out of the fridge, my dough has been in this proofing basket. This is called a Bantam basket, proofing basket. So this has been in the fridge for almost the last 24 hours. I put it in at about midnight last night when my dough was ready and I'd done everything I need to do with it. And it's in there in what's called the cold fermenting process. The last stage, we'll get to that. So I got my dough here. It's been in this Bantam basket. One, I don't know if it's supposed to have that much jiggle. It probably should have a little less jiggle. But how you know, there's a spring test. So if you push it down and it comes back, but it doesn't come back all the way and leaves a little dent, allegedly. I got this preheating to 550. And what you want to do is when you preheat it, you're going to want to get your Dutch oven in there preheating with the oven, okay? Yeah, but that thing is hot as hell right now. So we got that preheating with the oven, so that's going to be nice and hot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my parchment paper, just right outside. Basically want to go like the width of the Bantam basket. Now, there's almost a 0% chance that this has gone how I would have hoped. Okay? I flipped it over, and in a perfect world, this would be resting on the parchment paper, you know, right side up.
Okay. Oh no.
They're playing a little hide and go seek. A little peekaboo. Let's see if you're ready. Hey, pal. Okay, so this isn't what we wanted to happen, and this is kind of what happened last time. So I'm just gonna gently peel it off. There we go. It's actually not terrible. So I got it out of my proofing basket, my Bantam basket, on the parchment paper. I'm just gonna try to center it here. So we got this. That's actually not bad, dude. This came out way better than last time. The first time I did it, it looked like I dumped a bowl of oatmeal on parchment paper. It looked like yeah. So this is a good sign. I'm gonna get my Dutch oven out. Oh my God, that's so hot. Oh my God. You. Okay. So what you want to do? You want to get one of these little. It's called a bread lamb. Lamb, bread lamb. I think a bread lamb. It's just like a little spoon with a nice little razor edge. I want to go across the middle of the bread. A nice little incision there. You know, kind of like this is like your scalpel. Doing a little surgery. I'm gonna take the lid off my Dutch oven. Ooh! Yikes! I'm gonna drop this in here. And now this is a little secret trick my sister gave me. Secret, don't tell anyone about this. Family secret. Take an ice cube, drop it in between the wall of the Dutch oven and the parchment paper. Oh! So I'm gonna set a timer, 20-minute timer. You're gonna set it for 20 minutes, let it cook, and then you're gonna take it out, take the lid off, and drop the temp down to 450, and then leave it in there for another 20-ish minutes. You can do, I see some people do 15, so we'll do 20, so we'll do 25. Depends on how brown you want the exterior of your bread. So we're gonna go back to step one. So what's step one? How do we go from that? How did we get here? Let me tell you. You gotta have starter. Step one, acquire some starter. Some sourdough starter. Now, what you guys may not know, if you're not in the bread community, sourdough starter is kind of hard to get hold of. It's all tight-knit. It's a very tight-knit community. Yeah. So you gotta do some to get it. They gotta know, you gotta do some sketchy You gotta go, sometimes people go black market for this stuff. I've even heard of people having go on a quest of some kind. Yes, quest, find a woodland creature, solve a riddle.
Solve a riddle?
Yeah, solve a riddle. And if you get the riddle wrong, the little creature gets to keep your firstborn child.
What?
Yes.
Well, sourdough that bad?
That bad, but wait till you try it. Okay. It's good, and it's good for your gut. Worth it. I just got my starter from my sister. She's just sitting there. And then what you have to do is you have to start feeding it. So you got to feed it, and that is based on, how you're going to feed it is going to be on a schedule, sort of. It's a bit of a responsibility, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's a bit much. And this is the thing that nobody told me, okay? This has a mind of its own. I fed it once, and it came back here, and it was like goddamn flubber. I had ectoplasm all over my goddamn kitchen. Yeah, it was like, it exploded up so much out of it, it lifted up a frying pan. Yeah. You gotta be careful with this stuff. It will take over your apartment, okay? I owe this thing money now. He's my bookie. He's my bookie. I'm placing all my bets through him, and he's taking 10% of my profit. So we're gonna feed it. We're gonna feed it right on time. If you can, once to twice a day is ideal. If you can't, if you're not ready to bake yet, put it in the fridge and feed it on your own time. That'll slow down the fermentation process. But if you know, okay, hey, I'm gonna bake at the end of the week. I know I'm gonna be ready to bake. Maybe get it out on the counter and start feeding this thing every day. Get it going. Give it something to feed off of and ferment so that way it's got enough live active cultures in it to be ready to bake. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed it now. You get another jar, get it on the scale, zero it out. So I'm gonna do 25 grams. And what you wanna see with this is there's all these bubbles. It almost looks like a spider web, It looks really nasty, if I'm being honest. But that's how you know it's going well. The more it looks like it has a mind of its own and that it could swallow you whole in your sleep, the more that it's going well. 1 more gram. Just give me 1, I just want 1 gram. There it is. No, it's gonna be 26. Fuck! And I know in baking, you're not supposed to do that. Baking's supposed to be so precise, but it's like, I'm a jazz man, baby. Sabba doobie wabba doobie wabba doo. And then what you want to do after that, once you get your, starter separated and weighed out, here it is. Get a measuring cup and get some filtered water. None of that tap stuff, because all the that they put in there is gonna kill active cultures. Yeah, it's gonna make it harder for it to ferment, if at all. That shit might die on the spot. So my water's chilled in my fridge, but colder temps are gonna slow down the fermentation process. I'm gonna keep it at room temp, but not too hot. I don't want it too hot because that will kill the good bacteria that want to be growing and feeding. So I pop it in the microwave for, just throw it in there for a minute. You don't have to get too hot, maybe 30 seconds, whatever. You want to get it to as close to lukewarm or room temp as possible. Let it get a little hot. No, don't not hot. But let it get a little warm. Steam up, yeah. Making bread can be a little sexual, right? You can make anything sexual if you're home alone. Yeah, if you're by yourself, a salad can be an erotic experience. My mom watches this show. All right, so I got this warmed up a little bit, not so chilled. I'm gonna get my scale zeroed out. You will need a scale for this. You'll absolutely need a scale. Do not eyeball it. Oh, too much. That's okay. Close enough. There's gonna be a little extra starter on this. So now, once I got the water in there mixed in with the starter, you want to mix those to blend the starter that you put in there and the water together. It's gonna make kind of like this creamy water situation. You just get it mixed around a little bit, and then you're gonna get your flour. Zero out the scale again. You know what? For this one, I'm gonna use all-purpose. So when you're feeding, you can feed with all-purpose. Ideal for this is bread flour. Bread flour is gonna have a better gluten structure, a little bit more protein, better gluten structure. That's gonna make your bread stronger. You don't want to try to make your bread with all-purpose flour. But for the feedings, if you want to save your bread flour for when you make your dough, go with all-purpose. Why not? Who cares? Alarm off. It's been 20 minutes. Oh my God, hot as hell. I'm gonna turn my oven down. Turn my oven down to 450. Oh baby, this one came out way better than the last one.
Yeah?
Oh my God, yeah. And that's not done yet. It's not done yet.
Oh.
Dude, holy shit. So I'm gonna take this out, or take the lid off, drop it down to 450. Oh baby. Hell yeah, I'm so happy about that. And I'm gonna set another timer for another 20 minutes. That's gonna give that a nice little crust on the outside, make it a little bit more brownish. So now we got that ready to go. I'm gonna add in my water now, or my flour. I'm gonna add in my flour. So we want 125 grams of flour. Hell yeah. So we got 125 grams in here. Now we're just gonna mix it around. You just wanna make sure you really get all of the dry bits of flour mixed in with the starter and the water, and that you're not leaving any dry clumps in there. But you wanna just scrape out the bottom, get it all nice and mixed thoroughly. That looks good. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we fed our starter. And by tomorrow, we'll notice that this is probably, hopefully more than doubled in size. When it's more than doubled in size, and it's nice and bubbly and it looks very active, then okay, I'm getting ready to bake. So that's the feeding process of it.
You know that sourdough was invented by a man, right? Because if a woman did it, you'd be like, she's a witch!
Burn her at the stake! The dough is bubbling!
What the fuck? No, it's just fermenting. It's good for your gut. It's gonna help you out.
No! Wizardry!
Right, so we got that fed. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our dough. So this, as you guys saw, was nice and active. It was ready to go. I mean, I probably could have gotten to making the dough a little bit sooner, but we're at where we're at. You get what you get. You don't get upset. And my friend told me that once. Typically, feeding it to get it active, keep it at room temp, and feed it out on the counter. Keep it in a place not too cold. If your apartment's cold, try to find it. I keep mine right by the kitchen window, right next to the stove, so I know there's always some source of heat in here that's going to keep my kitchen that stays really warm compared to the rest of my apartment, which sucks, especially when I got the oven at 550. I feel delirious. I don't feel good right now. But so now we're gonna make our dough, right? So I'm gonna take what I got of my sourdough starter, and I'm going to start mixing myself. So get our bowl. And so for this loaf, I'll tell you guys exactly what I did. I did 419 grams of flour. I did 271 grams of water. I did 150 grams of starter, and I did 10 grams of salt. 70% hydration. That is all based on trying to create 850 gram bowl of sourdough. It's not typically how you do it. Typically, you're gonna go off of, how much flour you want to use. So we're gonna go with a little bit more flour because as we saw, that loaf came out a little bit small. I'm gonna go with 500 grams of flour and base all my numbers off of that. If you're not sure if your sourdough starter is ready, what you can do is what's known as a float test. And people are doing this stuff all over the internet. You guys are gonna see some videos. People doing float tests and it looks gross. 375 grams. Now I'm gonna do 125 grams. I know I'm changing things up, and somebody in the comments is gonna,
You're not supposed to do that.
to which I would say,
Shut the fuck up.
no, I wouldn't. I'm glad that you watched. I appreciate you watching. Do it your own way. And I think if anything, this is probably just gonna give it a little more funk. That's floating, maybe not great.
What's the loaf test?
So it should float. So this was a little bit past its peak, is what I'm learning. But we'll see how it comes out. So this is floating a little bit, but it's not great. That's gonna be okay. It'll be okay. Okay, now, what I didn't do with this loaf is I didn't combine the water and the starter before adding the flour. I waited and I just mixed it all together. With this one, I'm gonna combine them all, or the water and the starter, get it nice and evenly mixed. And then you wanna make sure too, another important thing, you want unbleached flour. Because if the flour is bleached, same thing, same concept, could kill the fermentation. When it comes time to make your dough, bread flour is the way to go. You don't want to use all-purpose. It's going to be much harder to work with. The gluten structure is not as strong. It's going to be hard to shape the dough. So we're going, I said 500 grams, 500 grams. Bingo. 10 grams of salt. Bingo. I'm just going to warn you guys. The dough's going to look like shit right now. Don't panic. Because the first time I did it, I was like, that's hideous. This can't be right. Don't panic. It's okay. No big deal. So you can kind of just mix this around, make sure there's no like dry clumps. Now we're gonna let it rest. Ooh, baby! Now I'm gonna get this on a drying rack so this can cool. If I drop that, I'm gonna let that cool. You wanna let it cool for about an hour before you cut into it. Let it chill. Cut into it too soon, you'll release too much of the steam and the moisture, and you want that stuff to stay trapped in the bread. Nice and moist bread. So I'm gonna let this rest for like 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. I don't know. I've seen a couple different things. People let it rest for 20, they let it rest for 30, let it rest for 45. But you're gonna let it rest, and then you're gonna start doing your stretch and folds. I'm not gonna do that because that's 2 hours. Yeah. So basically, we'll do the first work. So this is just gonna sit out on the counter, and this is gonna be the start of what's gonna be known as the bulk fermentation process. You're gonna let it just chill out on the counter. Do your stretch and folds, let it hang out, let it chill. Normally what you do is 4 to 6 hours. It's almost 10 p.m. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna do my stretch and folds, and then I'm just gonna go straight to letting it proof in the fridge. All right, so we've had our dough resting, nice and mixed. Now we're gonna do our stretch and folds process. So basically how stretch and fold works, just over the course of 2 hours, every 30 minutes, you're gonna pull it up, give it a nice little stretch, pull it over, spin it around. I'm just gonna keep rotating it because right now it kind of looks like but as you do it, it'll start to resemble a nice beautiful loaf of bread. You'll notice it's like still really sticky and gross. Fold it over, spin it halfway, repeat the process about 4 times. You want to do it every 30 minutes over the course of 2 hours. So that was my second one, so we'll do 2 more. After you do all your stretch and folds, then you're gonna want to shape the dough. You're gonna take it out, put it on the counter. You want to flour your counter a little bit, get a little flour just so it doesn't stick. You don't have to go crazy with it. Make 4 corners. Pull it out, make it a nice little square. And then you're gonna pull one side over, fold it over, one side over, fold it over, roll it like a log, roll it towards you or away from you, wherever. Nah, I would say go towards you. Go towards you. Roll it over, or roll it, get a nice little, you're creating nice little surface tension, getting it nice and tight, and then you're gonna want to pull the ends over, seal the ends, and now you got a nice little, you got a nice little ball. So then you're gonna bulk ferment, and then, bulk fermenting is gonna be about 4 to 6 hours out on the counter, just letting it proof, and then you're gonna shape it. And once it's shaped, pop it in the fridge, let it cold ferment overnight. And then after you cold fermented it, then that's where we get into all the kit and caboodle that I showed you guys in the beginning. Put it in your little proofing baskets, your Bantam baskets. You want to flour it, get it in there, Drop your thing in there. You want to do seam side up. So the bottom, the rough side, you want that smooth side down. The bottom, the rough side, you want that facing up. Because then when it's ready to go, like we showed you in the beginning, put the parchment paper on it, boom. And then you just flip it over. Drop that in your Dutch oven, you're good to go. You are gonna wanna flour your Bantam basket. Put a little flour in there. I'll show myself doing that. Put a little flour in it so it doesn't stick. Pop that in the fridge and you let that cold ferment. Pull it on out. And then when you pull it out, then you can drop it in the oven and do all that jazz that we showed you in the beginning. That leads us to our grand finale. All this for that. All this, all that for this. The truth.
Oh, it's lit up as I can see.
Whoa. Yeah, dude, holy shit, that looks good, man.
Good job, dude.
It's a little gummy. The texture's a little gummy. But let's cut into it and see how it tastes. Wow, dude. All right, I'm gonna try that in piece.
Yeah?
Dude,
Yeah.
holy shit, this came out really good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's all the fast one.
Yeah, I'll try though.
You know-
I'll break the fast for you. Come on, man. It's for the show. Gotta break the fast. Cheers.
Here, buddy.
Made by Colin.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
That's not bad, right?
Okay.
A little gummy. A little gummy. This can be a lot. This can be a little daunting. This can be overwhelming. And you might be saying to yourself, there's no way I'm ever gonna make a loaf of sourdough? That's crazy talk. I wouldn't know where to start. Now you do.
Good to a cop.
Good with Colin. Thank you for coming into my home. And thank you for joining me on this sourdough journey down I'm embarking on. And I think it's gonna be the start of something big. Start something good. And as always, thank you for watching another episode of Cooking with Colin.
To the top.
To the top, baby.